Oh, gosh. Goodness gracious me. How was that the greatest film ever? How was this a masterpiece? I don't understand. Can anyone just explain to me, whoever does watch this, please comment why this is one of the greatest superhero films or one of the greatest films ever. Please explain to me why this is better than, like, The Dark Knight or Christopher Reeve Superman. Please just explain to me. Because from what I just watched, I did not get that at all. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that was. Anyway, let's just crack on with this review. The Flash was directed by Andy Muschietti, or other people would pronounce his surname Muschietti, so I'm hoping one of them is correct. Director of the remake of It from 2017 and It Chapter 2 from 2019. The plot follows Barry Allen uses super speed to change the past, but his attempt to save his family creates a world without superheroes, forcing him to race for his life in order to save the future. Now, this has been a crazy production in the making, with delays, reshoots and controversies around the film's lead, Ezra Miller, as Barry Allen / The Flash, which I'm not going to discuss any of that in this video. I don't talk about real life drama or politics. My videos are about film reviews, and that is it, and nothing else. The film itself had received very positive early reviews from both fans and critics, and even some celebrities like Tom Cruise, who knows how to capture very entertaining action films and even praised the director of giving him a 15-minute call. Now The Flash is finally out, I can report that the film is meh. I mean, I saw this film nearly a week ago and I couldn't really decide if I was okay with it or meh. I think it's meh, to be honest with you. There are some aspects I did like about this film, which we will discuss. I thought one of Andy Muschietti's strengths in directing is the camera work. I thought the film had some really nice thought out shots and scenes for the style of long takes, especially with the action scenes, with some dutches, some high angles, low angles, tracking and panning. These shots do a great job of making the audience see everything clearly, never any of that shaky cam stuff. It makes us feel we're in the film and going along with the Flash for the ride. I thought the production design really worked in this film, particularly capturing Tim Burton / Michael Keaton's Batman of Wayne Manor, with the kitchen and hallways. In addition, the Batcave size and scale were all really eye-catching, and the designs of the Batmobile and Batwing were all captured really well from the accuracy of what Tim Burton's film looked like. I also liked the costumes in this film, with the Flash, Supergirl and Michael Keaton's Batman. It's a nice look of a mixture of modern and classic. The action scenes were neat, from both Michael Keaton's and Ben Affleck's Batman choreography, as well as the Flash and Supergirl's both fast and slow motion moments during the fights. With the performances and characters, I thought Sasha Calle as Supergirl did a pretty good job, and I believed the anger she had against Zod. I did feel though that she did not have that much screen time and development in the film, which was a shame. Michael Shannon returning as General Zod for the second time, I thought he did an okay job. I also felt that he did not show that much care and he looked bored the entire time. Regarding Zod in the film, he was barely in this film, and his presence and threat didn't feel as destructive as it was in Man of Steel. So I wish we had more of General Zod in The Flash. Ezra Miller as Barry Allen / The Flash ×2, I have mixed feelings about their performance. I thought their performance for the drama and emotional scenes was pretty decent. When the drama kicks off for the conflict the two Barry Allens are going through, you do believe Ezra Miller's performance and character development of showing the obsession and addiction of going back to the past and wanting to fix things for the better. For example, from the setup of the film when Barry goes back to the past and saves his mum's life, and the second Barry Allen going back in the past to try and save some lives from Zod's cause. So I thought Ezra Miller's performance with the drama was fine, to be honest with you. However, with the comedy side, I thought was awful. It was forced, it was annoying, it was cringe, and I thought they tried too hard. And regarding the chemistry of the two Barry Allens with the humour, I really could not engage with them at all. The rest of the humour from other characters, again, I thought was very forced, it was annoying, cringe, and again, they're trying too hard on the comedy here. Since Joss Whedon's Justice League in 2017, the DCEU's humour have reached the same level as the MCU, and it's not really my sense of humour. The only part I found funny and clever was when Barry has changed the past. There is this Back to the Future reference when people mention about the film, and Barry asks, "Oh, the film that stars Michael J. Fox." And everyone else is like, "Oh no, you mean Eric Stoltz." Showing an actual what-if reality if we had this version of Back to the Future. The standout for me from the acting was Michael Keaton returning as Tim Burton's Bruce Wayne / Batman. He did a great job returning as that cool, calm, brave, and risky Batman we remembered. Regarding the character himself, he provided some nice entertaining moments, the familiar backgrounds that we all know about his parents, but really there was nothing new from Michael Keaton's Batman, which made the experience more forgettable of seeing him in the film. He does have a nice amount of screen time, but in the end, I think Michael Keaton was just there for a paycheck. Ben Affleck and Jeremy Irons returning was pretty good, even though they have minor roles. Now, the biggest issue with this film, like a lot of other people have mentioned, is the CGI. Oh my goodness. The CGI in this film is horrendous. This is like early 2000s bad CGI, and I was reminded of the Scorpion King from The Mummy Returns. I honestly just do not know why they polished any of the CGI. I do understand a lot of VFX artists do have tight deadlines, but considering this cost over $220 million, come on. But in the end, considering it was very noticeable, it was actually also pretty hilarious. Especially that one scene when the Flash is trying to save these newborn babies falling out of a collapsed building. Oh boy. Even when we see the two Barry Allens together, the CGI deepfake looked pretty off sometimes from one of them. Another aspect I'm going to mention is the cameos in this film. Please do not worry, I'm not going to spoil anything. For those that have seen the film will know who I'm going to be talking about, and for those that have probably seen the leaks on social media will know what I'm going to be talking about as well. Now, I thought the cameos in this film were disappointing, not because of who they picked, but because why they're in the film. They are in this film because nostalgia. They are there just for us to be like, oh, remember this person, remember that person, remember the good old days, and they didn't really provide anything to the plot. And most of these cameos are CGI. And I've already mentioned this CGI is horrendous, and my god, these were also terrible. I thought DC Warner Brothers did a much, much worse job than what Rogue One did to Peter Cushing. It was that bad. The plot of The Flash is familiar. The main character wants to go back to the past, change something, and then unexpected problems start to affect the past and present, which is fine. I never expect a superhero film to be authentic. It is a setup that can be exciting and even nervous of the many directions it can go to, but I'm at this point now where I'm getting pretty tired of it. I did feel though that the plot was pretty average and bland from its execution, and since things were happening, I didn't really feel that much excitement and enjoyment. Instead, I felt like I was watching a film that DCEU and Warner Brothers had to make a film like this because everyone else has done it by now, like Sony, Marvel and the MCU, treating the production more like a chore than a project, which is a shame. I think I was expecting much more from a film like this because this is meant to be the reboot of the DC franchise. So the plot, it's meh. It's pretty bland and average, as I mentioned. I do think the average viewer will enjoy this film. Comic book fans, filmmaker fans, I don't know. I think it's going to be a very divisive film. In the end, The Flash has its moments. It has some fine moments. It has its pretty bad moments. But it was just average, forgettable and bland, and I will not be rewatching this again. Based on my Letterboxd rating, I'm going to give The Flash a 2-star out of 5. Thank you so much for watching, and look out for more videos coming your way.